There is only one indigenous broadcaster championing the cause for the restoration of Biafra. Biafra Human Rights Radio. Of course, unstoppable and remains the beacon of truth. It has been so since yesterday, and it is today and forever. There is only one indigenous broadcaster championing the cause for the restoration of Biafra. Biafra Human Rights Radio. Of course, unstoppable and remains the beacon of truth. It has been so since yesterday, and it is today and forever.
United Nations, you gave us law of self-determination. We followed your principles in freedom fighting. But why does the life of a black man doesn't matter to you all? Biafrans are being massacred in large quantities. Instead of getting help from you people, you got us shooting.
This is the story of Biafrans who died on the road of freedom.
This is the story of the motherless searching for a lovely home.
They were shot by the military. No one knew what it all began.
A painful history, living a life of misery.
United Nations, why did you let the children die? United Nations, why did you let the children cry? United Nations, why did you let the Africans fall? United Nations, why did you let the children fall? Did you let the children Did you let the children fall?
We are known for being blunt about the truth. Federal and world bodies can't even deny this obvious proof that these kids were starved to death. None of them were left. Together we stand against this ruthlessness.
You made us believe in you, you gave us your word, and now they are killing us and spilling our blood.
Pain and misery, we've had enough. We've had enough. UN and the USA stand up for once. We've had enough.
We have been mourning our own in all our zones. Since the crashes of those great nations, we still haven't grown. We cannot stack in the tops. Back, yes. We need to go back to our home, yeah, our home.
What's Africa? That is a missing human treatment. What is a crime? The desolate in our environment. Biafrans are suffering every day. What more can we say if that's the price that we must pay? We must pay. And I'm so disappointed in USA, UN and the government. That's why I say
United Nations, why did you let the children die?
Yes, of course, we are back once again. This is Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Biafra Human Right and Freedom Radio Station, being anchored by Diokba Uchiuka Fomefo, who is from Abatete in Anambra State, Biafra land. He is the man who has assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. I seize this opportunity to acknowledge members of the de facto customary government headed by Alhaji Asare Dokubo, deputized by our sister Rita Nebogo, of course members of the parliament, members of the implementation committee, all of you across the globe, you are highly appreciated, headed by our brother Dr. Kadu, of course Ikena Wanoneyi, and then on the wings of the executive we'll have people like our brother Uchina Sibu, aka Umiumiu. We have Mazu Chuka from FO, of course, information and communication, and I stand among them, a privilege I must tell you, as the Secretary General. We have other pro-Biafran group who are working assiduously with their representatives on that very platform. Onyale, brother Joe Maria, our Secretary, Treasurer, of course, Maze Paul Nwokenkwo, and others too numerous to mention, working tirelessly to ensure that Biafra is restored. These are not men looking for perfect women. These are not men who claim to know it all, but they just want us to get everything right. I acknowledge all of you, and I apologize to those of you I cannot pronounce your name, but you are doing great. I acknowledge members of the the Biafra Nation Alliance. It remains our home outside home. I acknowledge the Board of Trustees as well as the administrators. You have the administrators across the globe. You have Maze Okum, Paul Okum. You have our brother Mbwadike. You have the media department, Agunwanye, Ada Biafra, Chinonso. Of course, you have so many of them, I must tell you. The media, Odo Wile, Odo Gene, Mazio Kui, so many of them. You are highly appreciated. Biafrans know what you are doing. I appreciate those of you. I keep saying it because every day I see people who are not Biafrans. They may not agree with our pattern, but certainly they are not against us. And most of them will register their displeasure. They will tell you their position and the way they think things should have been. And of course, they pray for you. It humbles me, and that is why I take it as a responsibility upon myself to acknowledge them anywhere you are. Whether you are a Caucasian, you are European, you are an African, you are from Asia or whatever. As far as you identify with us in this struggle, you pray for us. Our prayers are with you. Believe me, most Biafrans don't know what we are up against. They think it is as usual. But of course, the 7th gate of hell are open against us. But then 9 gates of heaven is open unto us. We understand we may have to fight in the winter. We may have to fight in the desert. We may have to fight in the ocean. We may have to fight in the valley as well as on top of the mountain. We may have to take this fight to the forest. But it really doesn't matter. We will stand our ground to the very last moment. That is a promise we have made. Acknowledge our misguided brothers who think they can deceive all Biafrans. And the painful thing is that the more they're deceiving the people, the more they are looking for lie to cover up the previous lie. And the more they lie, and the more they lie, and the more they lie. And now we are at the junction where we are the one killing ourselves. Now they cannot empower autopilot, handed over some security flank for him to lead, and then he empowered Chika Eduziem, he empowered China Samuru, he empowered Benjamin Madubugu. All of them have security. They are killing themselves now. No more Fulani Janjaweed. I keep acknowledging them. This is not who we are. The next generation must take recognize of them. I am George ONYIBE, and I hail from Agbo in Delta State, Biafra land. And I said to the Creator, you are so kind. You are so good to us. And we are grateful. Of course, I would not want to waste much of our time because time is not really on our side this evening, but then we must continue. I entitled this broadcast as my private conversation with the wounded civilian. Actually, yesterday I had a conversation with a wounded civilian, but believe me, I never knew it was on air. Though I perceive it towards the end of it, but then we have nothing to hide. This is how it should be. Let people know your mind, because one day people will know your mind and they know who you really are. And of course, somebody called me this morning and was telling me, I listened to that conversation and believe me, wow, he said so many things. I have to go back online and search for it. That is when I came across it. I took time and listened to it, even though it's my conversation. But I have to replay it back, number one, for record purposes. I'm going to document it on my YouTube page. I have to rebroadcast it this evening that I have the opportunity, because there are certain questions asked by Yoruba persons, certain allegations. I want to respond to maybe 2 or more of it. I have to repeat this broadcast so that some of us might learn from it. Because the brother who actually called me to make 1 or 2 observations, I believe he learned. But that notwithstanding, we are not running away from the truth. It is the truth that brought us here, and we understand fully well that the truth will lead us home. Biafrans at this moment must understand there is no need for us to try to protect our ego, to try to protect our pride, to try to project to the world that we are who we are not. Let's fight this monster together and put them aside. There is no negotiating ground on this matter. It must be fought holistically. Of course, this is not a very palatable moment, but it's worth it. You are knowing the truth gradually. You are now knowing the truth gradually. We have not even opened chapter 1. Most of you know the truth already, but the level I don't understand is the hardness of the heart of Biafrans. Some of them know, oh, this man said the truth before, but you know how they concluded, even if, because they have a already made up mind. They're working from their subconscious mind. They have been psychologically disabled, dismantled. They have been completely destroyed, but they can't see it. Even if, my brother, even if we not give us Biafra, IPONG, if you like, curse everybody. All of you do Yahoo. Believe me. We are here on this platform. I hate to use the word corrective regime. And so I would rather say we are on a rescue mission. Holistic rescue. And we will get to the end of it. Don't worry, you will thank us later. This having been said, I will go to the audio and then I will begin to play them. And maybe at the end of this audio, I will then have to respond to 2 or 3 issues coming from some persons, because there is need to address it. Let us go ahead.
Are you saying there was a meeting between you, between the IPOB and the job?
Understand, he edited the audio conversation, because this is not where the conversation started from, but for any reason best known to him. But like I said, this has to be documented. Let us go on.
People?
There was a meeting.
Okay.
I organized the meeting. Get what I said?
Okay.
We had representatives. I formed a new forum then. I formed a job forum. And every other group. Cross River State, all of them. Now, every region or ethnic nationality were supposed to bring back their reports.
was ONYIBE. There was like a meeting between you, between the IPOB and the Ijaw people.
I formed a do forum then. I formed a Ijaw forum and every other group, Cross River State, all of them. Now, every region or ethnic nationality were supposed to bring back their reports. I was giving you instance. I say Ijaw people, having consulted themselves, came back with a report by one of our brother who's supposed to be representing Ijaw people on that platform. And they said the message they gave to the brother is that if they are joining IPOB fully to fight for Biafra, that when Biafra come, they will be with Biafra for like 50 years.
Okay.
If things are okay, then they continue as Biafra. If things are not okay, after 50 years, everybody goes. So now the Kanu didn't answer them. They called them a bluff. Because to him, maybe they are giving him condition. They are conditioning him. Who are they to condition me? But this is their fear. They feel something may be wrong tomorrow. Make them understand nothing is going to be wrong. If we are creating a system to continue to subjugate our people, when we are fighting to see how we can leave this subjugation, then the person must be truly evil. And so, with that response coming from that area, every other people involved pulled back. That is how that panel ended. That was when Mazimefo told Nnamdi Kanu, we need deputy. We need.
ONYIBE said this.
Uchemefo said it.
Okay, sorry. Uchemefo. Okay.
Yes, that is ready to relinquish his position. But he will want a situation where every tribe must be deputy, even if he means creating 1,000 deputy. Because the platform is not fair. Leader Igbo, deputy Igbo, DOS Igbo, everybody Igbo. I was the only person that is unquote not called Igbo. He said, let's enlarge my office. So you'd have deputy of ONYIBE, deputy IPOB of every community. But now the implication is people will question Nnamdi Kanu authority. When they collect money from Atiku, and then Nnamdi Kanu say, go on, tell our people they can go and vote. I asked him a question. I said, sir, have you considered how this will affect our people? He said, are you telling me they will not obey? I said, I have not said so. I asked a simple question. Have you considered how this thing will affect our people? He said, my friend, then go and do what I asked you to do. So you can imagine, I become an enemy because I am cautioning him. Today, the result has not come out. Atiku shut up because he wanted to do gra-gra. Nigerian told him, we'll remind a Nigerian by plebiscite. He's supposed to be a Cameroon man. When Nigerians start blowing those information, the guy could die before they pursue and go Cameroon. So, but now they cannot collected money from Atiku through P2B. So, as far as this process is concerned, the de facto customary government is trying to create a platform where people will deliberate. Understand, when we are deliberating issues regarding us, it comes in two forms. One, there are personal issues. And then, on the other hand, there are communal issues. On the debate of personal issue, interest cannot overrule the overall decision of the people or the overall interest of the people. But then when it is communal issue, platform for discussion and negotiation must be initiated. And if we have this platform up and running, believe me, all these things you see as a problem, it will create more problem. Okay. But it will be, the problem will be surmounted immediately.
And Mr. George, and
then you see we are good to go.
Yeah,
yes,
Mr. George. Okay, I want to ask you this question. You see, I talk about the disunity between the tribe in the South. Me, I know without us, we coming together, I don't think we'll achieve anything. But I want to ask you, is it the IPOB now, the kind of behavior now that is kind of making, the progress is very slow, like people really coming together in the South, especially in the South? Or is it because what played out during the 1960 coup, during the war and the rest? Is that what is holding people back, or the behavior of Nnamdi Kanu and his group now?
Both of them are major factors. Because, first of all, I can confidently tell you that about 50% of our people don't even know all this Biafra we are talking of. Both from the South, South, and Southeast. 50% of our people don't even know. And so when they hear of Biafra issue in the nearest future, most of them are going to be scared by the event of 1967 to 1970. And that can be related to the former horrors. But presently, or most of the challenge we are facing, 40% will be discouraged as a result of Nnamdi Kanu shenanigan. Because the more the people know the truth, the more they will run from him. I thought Fulani headsmen were killing our people. Where are the Fulani headsmen now? Now it's ESM, an unknown government, trying to intimidate us into submission. So who, with the right information, will actually come and support Nnamdi Kanu when he is deliberately destroying everything that brings us out? Have you heard what is happening in Olo?
Yes.
Have you heard what is happening in Ebonyi?
Yeah, I saw some videos.
So that concept is bringing disunity within the Southeast, not to talk of other regions. They wanted to bring the madness to Delta State. We rounded those boys. We let them go on strict warning that if they mess up, none of them will leave our land. That is when they stopped and they moved it to Anambra. So by now, one idiot from Imo State go come, they kill our people, they rape them. Then Nnamdi Kanu idiot will put it on social media and say, oh, they are raping us, they are raping us. But we didn't want to expose them or blow their cover. We let them go, but we want them strictly. And now our people who know this truth, you think they can come out and support Biafra with the criminality of Nnamdi Kanu. But most Igbo people don't know this. And when you are trying to save them from the real danger now that is plaguing us, they say, it's evil, he's fighting against us, it is this one.
But Mr. George,
come from our encounter
Judge
during the war.
Judge Imbe, I want to ask you this question because sometimes when they provoke you, you kind of say no, you are from Anioma, something like that. I've seen you sometimes when you get provoked, you say some,
Yes.
Now, my brother, you see that 19 because Uzogu, please don't be offended what I'm about to say. That 1966 coup, that 1966 coup, Uzogu is part of the coup, and we have Emmanuel Ifa Ajuna there. Okay, I want to ask you, will you say 1966 coup it is Igbo coup? Because we have one Yoruba man there, we have Anioma man, that's Uzogu himself. Okay, some people are saying it is Uzogu coup. But someone like me, I've investigated, I know it wasn't Uzogu coup. It was Emmanuel Ifa Ajuna. And I even believe maybe Agui Ronsi sponsored it. Why? Because you came in to stop the coup plotters. I mean, them, but you were changing the government. So I want to ask you, will you say the 1960 coup, it is Igbo coup?
Now, let's look at it.
Okay.
I am an Igbo man.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah, I'm with you. Go ahead.
Each time I tell you I am an Yoma man, it is to send a ripple effect back to those who are still reasoning. So whatever they are doing that is causing division, they should stop it. Because Anyoma people say they are not Igbo again after the war. All the Igbo outside the southeast deny their Igbo identity. They have genuine reason why they did what they did. Do you understand? So anytime I tell you I am a Nyoma man, I want those who are still reasoning to understand that something is not right too, and we cannot be working on that path. That is why in most cases I will say, anyway, I don't expect all of you to understand. Now let's go back to Ifajuna. The very coup you talk about is not sponsored by Ifajuna. The very coup we talk about is not sponsored by Agunyurunsi. That coup was the handwork of Chukwuma, Kaduna, and Zogo. Now, first of all, Ifajuna was just an athlete who went to this Olympic. I've forgotten the name. That is when he met Ojukwu because of his outstanding performance. Yeah. Ojukwu incorporated him, introduced him into the army and the rest of it. Ifajuna was access. He had access to information on what the Northerners are planning to do, which is manifesting today. And to him, he felt we will not allow this information to the Igbo coup. We all know the Igbo man is the most liberal people in Nigeria. They welcome every culture. So, but some people, when they want to suit their own, equip themselves, make themselves look superior, they will change the narratives. Well, for instance, the Igbo of the Southeast want to tell you, after all, they didn't form the coup, they will push it to Anyoma. But when there is glory to ascribe to oneself, they say it's Igbo. So that was the handwork of Chukwuma, Kaduna, and Zogo. But then he worked with his brothers. Ifajuna. He worked with his brothers, including Dim Chukwemeko Dimego Juku. He worked with his brother, Agu Yoronsi, to mention but a few. They asked him, "Where would you go ahead? Do you know he was abandoned? Do you know how he died?" When the tent set, he went to Enugu to tell them, "How do we do this? The pressure is getting harder." He was abandoned. On his way coming back from Enugu, he killed himself. Have you heard anybody tell you how he died?
No. I thought...
He told his junior sister, "This is how it's going to be. I've been abandoned, deserted by my people. The death that awaits me will be very horrific. I'm taking my life now. Just know how it ended and how it began." He went to that meeting with his senior sister. Have you heard anybody? Why are they not telling us about what happened? In between Enugu and Anambra, they asked the driver to park. He came down and entered the nearby bush and blew himself up. Do you understand? So, if you are talking about identity, I am an Igbo man. But a lot of things went wrong. We refuse to correct it. And some people are still hiding from acknowledging that something went wrong. When I choose, go and check Ojukwu generals. 90% of them are from Anyoma. But during this the Kano agitation of Biafra, none of them associated with him.
Why?
That is those issues that we are trying to address now. Some of them are trying to cover it. I give you an example. We went to Achuse and said, "Sir, you are a war veteran, a very formidable one. We have been agitating for Biafra all this while, and you've never said anything. We expect people like you to guide us on this journey." He looked at us and said, "My son, you will not understand. I've said it in most of my broadcasts. This is what happened during the war. These things led to Asaba massacre. This thing led to other massacre within that region. They were betrayed. Instead, they called the people and said, already. We are going to hold them down here. But our women and children and elderly people need to cross the River Niger while we hold them in Asaba area. He said, the moment we cross, blow the bridge. So if you want ask Obasanjo and those people who were there to carry out that genocide, you see the people gathered. The people can say different story. The gather was for them to cross River Niger. He said immediately he dropped the call. Somebody blew him. And Nigerians have this information already. So they massacred everybody. Of course, Achuze and his men held their line, but they lost our people. Nigerians couldn't pass through that place because the bridge had been blown. So through Igala, through Kogi State, they entered Anambra because Kogi share boundary with Anambra on some parts through the water. So a lot of things happened. Some people were doing business inside the war to the detriment of their people. Just like this agitation now. They carry a black card, they shout, give us Biafra, give us Biafra. Now they cannot, they harass everybody, they collect money. And when we talk about it, it be saboteur, it be saboteur. If I have not known better, I will say it's all the Igbo people that are doing this thing. It's not all of them, it's in the camp. Because most people don't even know the atrocity he has committed in the name of Igbo and Biafra. So there is an identity crisis. There is issue that need to be addressed. I can give you on and on. I tell them these things in the open, so it's not as maybe it's a secret. I always ask them in some of my broadcasts, I say, when they formed Ohanaeze Ndigbo, Anyoma was the first leader for Ohanaeze Ndigbo. How did he finish his tenure? Where is he today? And why is it that Anyoma is not part of Ohanaeze Ndigbo today? It doesn't concern you. But the one that concerns is when I say I'm not Igbo. He said, he don't deny himself. He don't deny himself. No, it boils down to all the problems we are facing as a people. When you beat a child, let the child to cry. And then you can pamper the child. They will understand. You can't beat a child and say, don't cry. It's inhuman. So first of all, I am an Igbo man. But until the Igbos of the Southeast correct the impression about some criminals like Nnamdi Kanu and greedy ones among them, the division will continue. What this Nnamdi Kanu is doing now, if not for some organizations that are standing firm within the Southeast, by now I tell you, everybody will tell you they are not Igbo again. I don't know if you understand.
Yeah,
and not everybody will understand. Because it look like Ebonyi State, Imo State, and maybe Party Anambra will have to bear the brunt of this agitation. It's not supposed to be so. There are many strategies we mapped out. If Nnamdi Kanu has humbled himself and allowed this process to run his natural course, by now it is negotiation. Okay, let us restructure. Okay, let's change the constitution. That is what Nigeria will be talking about now. Not looking for who to call terrorists.
Mr. George, anyway, Judge, did you don't kind of support war again? You don't like, because we are agitating for separation. You don't war. Yeah.
Who is going to fight the war? Who do you want to kill? Are they ready? We can't even organize ourselves to speak with one mouth. You don't even follow my program. I say it most times. I say, if we are fighting war now, there are people I know now. If I turn, you are behind me, I will kill you first before I kill the enemy. I have said it in so many of my broadcasts. The way things are, there are some of you, if we do war, if I turn back, now you do my back, I will shoot you first before I go to shoot the enemy. There are a lot of issues regarding collateral damage that need to be reviewed and addressed. Which Peking you won't kill? How can you fight a war? Do you have allies? Do you have gun? Is it to keep this on checking points and collect their gun? We are not sure of buying bullets when it's off. Do you know what it means to set up a military? You feed them 3 times a day. Do you know what it costs to buy bullets for them? Do you know what it costs to make provision for them? We can't even, we don't even have any facility on ground. We are talking war. If you want to talk of war, then you better set up a gallows and hang all our people. War for where? War is not the solution. War will not give us what we want. And if anybody initiates the war, even though Biafra must come, after that war, we will still go back to the round table. And so if we can boycott this war, knowing that the round table remain the ultimate solution, why can't we boycott this war and then fight for the round table?
Mr. George,
fighting for round table,
Mr. George,
not for war.
Mr. George ONYIBE, this our brother Tony Nnamdi. You know, Tony Nnamdi is after how we can change our constitution. You understand me? So you, yes. What like if a country want to, like Nigeria, we want to change our constitution so that we can add referendum there. You know, changing our constitution. I believe Tony Nnamdi kind of he wants us to go back. You know, like have a referendum that if any region or any tribe don't want to be part of this union again, they can, you know, given the chance to, you know, conduct a referendum if they will leave or if they will stay. That is their aim by saying let's rewrite our constitution. But to rewrite our constitution, what do you think? What is the step? What can how are we going to kind of rewrite our constitution? How?
Now, if you look at the current constitution of Nigeria, if we are sincere to ourselves, this is just straight code.
Sharia law.
Used on every Nigeria.
They
from the colonial master and pasted it and tagged it with the people of Nigeria. Nobody was consulted. The Northerners, with the influence of the British government, placed it on us. And so other areas of our life, which is alien to the Northerners, or that of Yoruba, which is trained to the Northerners, this area were not considered. And our people did not take time to address this issue. They ignored it. It's afflicting us today. And now, if you go back to my previous broadcast, you will see, I always say, the benefit of the de facto customary government is that it helped create a platform where every pro-Biafran group or agitators can be able to work together. Now, what are the processes? Tony Nnamdi is trying to pull down Nigerian constitution. Automatically, if you pull the constitution down, and then it's being reviewed and amended, it is now open door for those who want plebiscite or referendum to have their way. If you pull the constitution down, it opened door for those who want regional autonomy, devolution of power to have their way. If you pull down this constitution, it will give way to restructuring, those clamoring for restructuring. And I will always end by telling our people, a restructured Nigeria is as good as Biafra.
Yeah.
Getting our own country is not what made us to come here. We want to stop injustice. We want to stop emasculation. We want to stop nepotism. We want to stop tribalism. We want to stop corruption. We want a country we can be proud of. A progressive country run by progressive-minded individuals. Biafra will not even give us these things if we can't change our mind now. But you have to start from somewhere. And so in the de facto customary government, for instance, we look at, oh, you are doing this, be doing. We give you the support we can. Oh, you want this, be doing it. We give you the support we can. All these are negotiation tools. But at the end of the day, we just want good life. We want to be the author of our destiny.
Nothing more, nothing less. But you really need to hold on to something in order to define your position. Somebody will go, why are you fighting for Biafra? You say, because we are being marginalized, for instance. And then another person from the other end will ask Tony Nade, why are you fighting for to bring down the constitution of Nigeria? He will say, because the constitution does not cover our areas of interest. You see, there are relationships, there are links between both of them. Mm-hmm. And every other person, irrespective of what they are fighting for. And so if the constitution is reviewed, amended, why are we talking about Biafra, for God's sake? My son now, because he's from Delta State, or my child, is expected to score like 300 to get admission into Nigerian University. And then there is somebody in Sokoto, Arugungu, who have to just score 6. And he will be in the same class with my son.
In the same country.
Well, how does that sound? How does that sound? So you have to oppress certain people and then you educate certain people. All these things are the reason why there are agitation everywhere. So it doesn't mean what anybody is fighting for. If you are fighting for those things that can enhance our life as human beings, my brother, I'm in your support. For Fulani man, Hausa man, Yoruba man, all of us, let our life be normal now. Can I hate Ghana man? Can I hate Equatorial Guinea man? Can I tell you I hate Zimbabwe man?
Yeah, because you don't live in the same country. Yeah.
And then say I love them or I hate them. We don't share anything in common. And so if I hate Yoruba man or I love Yoruba man, these are all defined by what we share in common. And so when they love Nigeria that is oppressing me, I tend to respond like I hate them. But I don't truly hate them. I don't know if you understand the relationship.
I understand.
But if Nigeria was favoring all of us,
okay, Mr. George. Mr. George Wimbe. Yeah, Mr. George Wimbe. There is another question I would like you to answer. You see, now we have Biafra agitation, most in the, let's say, the southeast, because the people of the south side, they are not really responding like that, you know. Now we have the Igbo group. You know, in the beginning, I said the Igbo agitation, what I feel Igbo, we can, you know, like kind of shows solidarity, support, but I feel Igbo, although agitation is political, they are not really serious. That's what I said. But people were kind of doubting me, you know, because to me, I find it difficult to believe. Because what are you agitating for Oduduwa for? I mean, half of the Yorubas, they are all Muslim. These Muslims sometimes prefer to be sharing country with their fellow Muslims from in the north. I'm sorry to say this. Now, what are you? When you say you agitating for Oduduwa, it's like I feel you are kind of deceiving me. The president of Nigeria, the vice president, is a Yoruba man and a pastor. The speaker, Gbajabiamila, the president is a Fulani, the Senate president is Fulani, in a country where they have over almost if not more than 300 tribes. And at the same time, you are telling me you want to do what? It's supposed to be, the people they are marginalized are supposed to be saying, since I'm not part of this, you know, nobody regard me here. I never hold any, important position in this country. For that, I don't think I belong here. I want to go. But you, about 17, 16 years ago, Yorubama was the president. By the grace of God, Yorubama was, the Senate president a few years ago, 4, 5, 6 years ago. Yorubama is the vice president now. If the country is yours, what are you kind of disturbing us for saying you need Oduduwa? So, what did you have to say to that? I'm telling you my own belief. What did you say this Igbo thing? Igbo now is in Benin Republic. Me, something is fishy. That's to me. I don't hate my people. It's not easy there. So, it's in Benin Republic. I don't even know the reason why Benin government is holding Igbo. He was agitating for Oduduwa in Nigeria. What are you holding him there for? I don't understand. Or is he agitating to divide Benin Republic? I don't really understand. And another Yoruba man is warming up. Tinubu is warming up. To me, what do you have to say to that?
Let's look at it this way. First of all, Igboho agitation is the greatest fraud of the century. First of all, the Yoruba have been able to successfully negotiate their position in the Nigerian state. And that is why I love them. Anyhow you do it, their own is 10%. They must get it. Yeah. So why would they even fight for the division of Nigeria? Yeah. That is one. Number two, somehow the ordinary Igbo man, the Biafra man, needs somebody to praise them so they feel good. So Igbo is feeding their ego. They just Yoruba no deal. We deal with all of us. They agitate political, and then lastly, they are using that supposedly Igbo agitation to renegotiate their position in the Nigerian state.
Of course,
maybe our people need to do better.
Of course,
that is on that three aspects. Why would they? When if you are how much are they giving to South who owns the resources that fuels the nation? Yoruba are getting more than us. So what are they agitating for? For feeding from our misery? But of course, Nigerians also need evidence, and they don't mind Nigerians. They can tell the global community, don't mind Nigerians. All these lazy youths, they just come out and start causing trouble. Not sure all of us are lazy youth, all of us are causing trouble. We know the game. So Igboho is not agitating for anything. Very soon I hear that, oh, Oduduwa nation rise, Oduduwa this one rise, Oduduwa. No. Those are those things that makes me angry. Let's stop deceiving ourselves. I said something about hating a Zimbabwe man or liking a Cameroon man. All these things we occupy a particular prison known as Nigeria. This particular prison, we must understand all of us are prisoners and then fight for our freedom. Go back and redefine our land or create a platform that will enable us to operate as one. Let's stop deceiving ourselves. Now, whatever they did to Igboho, will be the yardstick of what they will do to us. There are much beneath the eye can see. But as far as the Nigerian state is concerned, Igboho or Yoruba, they don't nothing to agitate for. They want to protect their place. They have formed Omotekun. Omotekun is still functional.
It's functional, yeah.
The Igbos still try to set up a Bubago. Nnamdi Kanu is destroying it.
But Ebubagu
want to be president. They have spent more than 12 years being president of Nigeria.
But George Ebubagu, they are getting more ground now. Kind of,
Nigeria made sure that over 51 years, no Igbo man will smell that government act. So which area are we going to say now that they are being marginalized? They had their own fear of one Nigeria. But of course, it's politics. They can liaise with some of our people, then feed on our misery. You will still see IPOB Zumbi, Yoruba, Oduduwa nation. They never talk our own. Ambazonia, we are moving. We are doing this. But you are killing your people and calling them saboteur. If your brother, Eli Milon, or see mouth, see nose, cannot help each other, is it Ambazonia that will help you? Is it Yoruba that will help you? So my brother, all this agitation is political.
Yeah, Mr. Joyimbe.
Are now very soon to make Yoruba man president.
Yeah, Mr. Joyimbe, I have another question, but before I ask you this question, this guy, Adewale, look, what we are saying is not about whether Europe, I know there are masses, poor masses in Yoruba land. It's about the politician that is getting it. We know. What we are saying is not really against anybody, any tribe. We are trying to balance things here. The same thing. Like Jojo Ibe agree with me. Like There's no, what are you agitating for? You're on top. You can't be telling me I'm from a minority. I'm a Edo-man. Edo-man have never been president. Edo-man never been senior president. Edo-man have never been speaker. And there is no Edo-man will ever be president in that country. I know. He said that I take it like that, or you can be crying. I don't have the population. So I'm not happy. I'm not proud of Nigeria. But I have the mouth. I have the right to say the truth. When you are agitating, it is funny to me. I should be the one agitating, not you. You are the one. Your people are up there, and you are still telling me that if Yoruba man will be saying they're marginalizing him, then Igban Kema, what do you expect Igban Kema to do? Igban Kema, what do you expect Igban Kema to do? My brother, look, nobody is proud of Nigeria.
In the normal concept regarding this issue, the position of the Igbo man in the Nigerian state is demonic, very evil. If I want to look at the devil, I look at the policies that have been initiated inside Nigeria to tackle the Igbo man. And in this mindset, all of us are involved. Maybe my broadcast 3-4 days ago, I said something. I said, Igbo man will never be liberated until Igbo man is liberated. Edo man, a John man, you can never be president. Forget about good luck, divine intervention president. You are not going anywhere.
I'm telling you. Okay, Mr. George. Mr. George. Mr. George.
Not going anywhere.
Mr. George, I want to ask you this question. There is this group. This question is very kind of strong. There is this group, I don't know if it is ONYIBE, they went to the north to talk to some people there, some politicians, to support Igbo presidency. So there is this lady here. To me, this lady, she's making wave. She's very fair, Igbo girl, making, saying some certain things, saying things, people will be clapping for her. Me, I don't see that girl that like she's intelligent like that, Anything, if you're president of Kanu, you are intelligent to some Igbos, everything you do is correct once you're president of Kanu and the rest. So she was condemning this group of Igbos who went up north to kind of talk to these northern politicians to support Igbo presidency. But to me, what did you have to say to that? They going to the north to talk to them there.
First of all, the woman you are talking about, if we go back to relate her actions to our value system, she's not in the position to decide whether Ohanes Indigo is doing the right thing or the wrong thing. It is not in her place. But of course, somebody has to destroy our value system, damage our way of life. That is how we got here. In the second of all, if any Igbo man, not just Ohanes Indigo, will go to beg a Yoruba or beg a Hausa Fulani in this current dispensation to allow Igbo man to be president, it shows two things. Number one, they are telling us that they have failed us woefully. And number two, they are telling us that there is an embargo against us as a people not to get there. For God's sake, it's our right. That is why before you interrupted me, I was trying to point out certain issues about Nigeria's evil target agenda against the Igbo man. Can we really organize a genuine census? Can somebody tell me the population of the Igbo man in Kano, Katsina, Kaduna, Abuja? And then let's us bring those Nigerians that are Nigerian. Let's know who have the population. Are you telling me the Yoruba have more population than Igbo man? Are you telling me all the conspiracy theory that have been flying up and down, if they bring it out and forensically, investigate it, that there is no plot to undermine the Igbo man? There are. These are the things that lead here. But first of all, Ohanes is going to Abuja, give us Igbo presidency. This is an insult to all of us. And they acknowledge openly that something is really wrong.
But Mr. George,
to fight.
But Mr. George,
not be good.
But Mr. George ONYIBE, Buhari came to the south, came to ask them Tinubu to support him. He have been contesting and losing, but he have to come down to the south to talk to some politicians. Sometimes you behave like fool to get what you want. Sometimes don't you think so?
Listen, We talk about Nigeria have tried to project herself as a nation, which means all of us has become one. The first place, we are not even supposed to be saying, I am Yoruba, I am Hausa, Fulani. The right that is all of us are supposed to be Nigeria. It's only when certain information is going on that one can say, I actually come from this side of Nigeria. You understand? But with the present dispensation, I'm certain, they want to know where you come from. And I tell you, you're in trouble when you are a woman. As far as the Nigerian is concerned, my name is Onyema. My name is Onyema. The Yoruba target on me as an Igbo man made me to begin to answer George. I've said it many times. I was interviewed. This is Yoruba. I'm not telling you Fulani with the bigger hatred load. I was interviewed for a job, given the employment. Only on the day of reception, another Yoruba is sitting there, and I tried to query what really happened. And then somebody told them, and so I'm on Igbo, and so automatically I'm Olori Buruku, and then I am Oloshi. We are ambushed already. We are in big trouble. And so if anybody go anywhere to do anything, my brother, it is the same politics. Let's do the normal setting. Go back and look at, what do you call it, Nnamdi Azikiwe, when he contested for election in the first dispensation. He won Obafemi Awolowo in the Yoruba land. Tafawa Balewa and the rest of them, he won the majority vote from every region. At that moment, Nigerians have the mind of what Nigeria is supposed to do. But I tell you now, Fulani man cannot vote for Igbo man. It's almost impossible. Yoruba man cannot vote for Igbo man. We see this hatred. We see this evil sown among us already. We cannot pretend we don't know. Recently, it is said that a Yoruba pastor banned them from singing Igbo song in the church. This is how bad, how rotten the society has become. Don't sing Igbo song again because this is a Yoruba church. And then why don't we stop singing English song? Because this is African country. But all these things are born out of true hatred that exists among us already. Okay. You cannot wave it out. Yeah, you cannot negotiate. Yeah, you have to change it.
Mr. George Indi, that is wrong for saying they should be, to stop singing Igbo song. Just like Nnamdi Kanu, sometimes you have seen him and say when you go to church where Yorubas are pastors, you are cursed, you are all this hatred. Look, my question is this: are we going to remain like this? When are we genuinely forgive each other, come together, act out? Is
it as a Nigeria or as a Biafra?
No, okay. Good. Well, it can be as a Nigerian first. You don't have Biafra yet.
People. What is causing problem among us as the people from this region is different from what is causing problem among us as Nigeria. Okay. That is why I say, are you talking of Biafra setting or you're talking of Nigerian setting?
As a people, like South, like we in the South.
Yes. The point that is our inability to confront the truth. Nothing more. We have seen, all of us have seen the errors of our ways. If I do bad, say I don't do bad. You say do bad, say you don't do bad. Now for us to accept the mistakes we have made, and then whoever need to ask for forgiveness, ask, then we move on. But we are working very hard to cover ourselves and blame somebody for our misfortune. It won't work now. We are the one, for instance, who gave Nnamdi Kanu support, supported him, prayed for him, fast for him, because he looks like he's the image of the Biafran people. But we spent our money, our own same money, our monthly due to demonize us. And then somebody who don't know what is happening is going to tell me, hey, you got to move on, you got to forget. No, I don't got to move on. I don't got to forget. Because my people must know the truth about this matter. But if he can come up and say, Mazin, I'm sorry, things went this way, I was actually misinformed, which we know he was not misinformed. It's just a Luciferian. Do you understand? And then we can say, okay, and what do? We move on. And then everybody must have realized their mistake. But the situation where you are the one killing the people, oppressing the people, you are the one still claiming holy, you are the one trying to shut us down. My brother, that is what is causing problem. For people to come up and begin to support this agitation in the first place, something was initiated. There was position for everyone. Everyone's interest was covered from the first plan. And if we have told on that line, you are not on ground now. You don't see how happy our people used to be. Now they are on the post mood because with the news they are hearing different. What about that? Our people have many reasons. South, for instance, has many reasons why it looks like they are on post mood. They want to see evidence of what we preach. And now we have that opportunity to prove it to them. What do? The same on the canon. He became God. He spoiled everything. So what to do is to accept our faults and then put our energy on the problem we have. Our society has been bastardized. Desperate attack economically and otherwise. People are studying us and undoing us, and they keep us busy fighting ourselves. Sometimes we may be playing out the rules they have assigned for us, but then it is necessary we fight that war so the next generation will not make that mistake. We talked about Ifajuna and the rest of it. We had a Fajuna, he saboteur, he Sivuma, he did this one, he betrayed Juku. Have you had any response from Fajuna? Why can't they tell us Fajuna's defense statement? You see, that guy was set up. That guy was set up. At least, let's hear his confessional statement. Let's hear his defense. We look at Ken Saruwiwa. He was hanged by the Nigerian state. But in his dying moment, the audio is still on the internet. He said his mind. Those who hanged him, he never knew they have the mind to betray his people. Though he's gone. But his people, basically, some are still supporting the system that killed him. And some are on the post mode. Why? They need a system that will support their cause. We need a system that will support our cause. And for you to rise up and start support another project, that project must have something inside for you. One of the lessons I was taught as a Bible student then is that when you gather people, you must promise them something. And then, based on that promise, they live for it. Jesus gathered his disciples, he made a promise to them. And once in a while, when their faith is shaking, they ask Jesus, those of us who have abandoned our wife, our children, our property, our business, and follow you, what is our reward? He then reassured them of the promise. And that is because there is something tangible to promise somebody. On this other plan, we said when Biafra come, no more killing of our people. And now the Kano is killing our people, unknown government, ESN. We say when Biafra come, there will be no marginalization, no tribalism. But it exists in the current structure that is supposed to fight for the better society for us. Let us stop all this evil. We will get it right. Like I have said, getting Biafra is not a solution to our current predicament. Neither is a constitutional amendment or devolution of power or any of this. No. They are just a means to get to our destination. We must change our mindset. We must. It's not something I can explain in 1 minute anyway. But those who are led by the Spirit will understand what we really need to do within our heart and then we get ourselves out of this mess.
Thank you very much, Mr. George ONYIBE. I really, thank you for, replying my call and calling me to discuss this politics. I told you that I will bring you to our program. If it is audio voice like this, because what I'm doing now, this is 2022, 2019, 2020, 2021, we keep attacking each other in the South. I keep saying it. You can't eliminate the whole Yorubas. You can't eliminate the whole Igbos. You can't eliminate the whole Ikwere. We are there in the South. You can't eliminate the whole Bini, the whole Isa, Isoku. It is foolishness. Some say the British don't have right to come to Nigeria and come to Africa and create countries. Well, they did it already. What are we going to do now? They created America. America doing well. Even Canada. Even India is trying. It doesn't mean the deal is done. What matters now? What are we going to do? Because to me, I strongly believe the mindset of the people in the north and the mindset of the people in the south, it is not the same. Our northern brother, sister, they're supposed to be sharing the same country with me. I'm sorry to say this, I know. Because they look alike. I believe they have the same culture. But joining us together, I believe maybe that's how God wanted it. I don't know, but we are here. What are we going to do to make our life better, to make tomorrow better, instead of if we keep fighting each other? Some will be telling you about 600 years old story. Ikwere man wicked, Ijoma evil, Edoman evil. At the end of the day, what can you do to them? What can you do to Ikwere? What you want to eliminate the whole Edo people? You can't. We'll keep fighting ourselves, and these people, everything will just remain like this. Please, what I want to do now, how we can stay focused. You said something in your program. You repeated it here. You said a good restructuring is just the same with separation. It's just the same thing with you agitating for BIAFRA. The same. If you can restructure this country well, you said is that you don't have right to hate Ghana, man. You don't have right to hate people from Niger because you don't have anything in common like that. But people hate each other now because we are not how am I going to put it? In Nigeria, really they are marginalizing some people. Really, I know they marginalize everybody. Like we have people that are suffering, Amajiri in the north, people that are suffering in the south. But what I'm saying, I said something just now. I said I'm a Edo man. I don't feel Nigeria. I'm not proud of Nigeria because it's not a country where I can tell my son, do well, you become president. You get that Nigeria for you. It is impossible. That's the reason why people like me, I hold up to this.
Together, the more we fight together, and stronger we shall be. The more we fight together, the more we fight together, and stronger we shall be. Rising sun, rising sun.
Of course, at this moment, this is how far we can take on this conversation because I'm beginning to have a network intermittency. But of course, I want to believe you must have been able to learn one or two things from this conversation. Like I said, it was supposed to be a private conversation, but it's on air, but for record purposes. And don't bother about the remaining side of this very broadcast because he was just giving a closing remark. And there was nothing said aside that actually matters. And then I need to respond to certain issue on this very platform, and one of which is a Yoruba man made in a comment section on the other platform and said, don't mind that man, he's an Igbo man born in the southeast. And the impression of the Yoruba man in line to our discussion is I am just an Igbo man. Of course, that implies I'm from Southeast. Maybe my mother is from Abia, and then my father is from Enugu. They sojourned in Delta for a very long time, and then they gave birth to me there. And so I am used to Delta. I am a Delta man. I'm not Igbo man because I am not a Mugu. And so, for your information, this deception can't work. I am a woman. My mother and my father, they are from Abo. Ne wonyu munede na di wonyu tokpo me wonyu ma wonyu be nwa jone nwa mobo ogun hotela lelembede. Born, buttered, bred in Agbo, grew up in Agbo. It was only College of Education we have in my place. Maybe I would have schooled in Agbo. And so let's stop deceiving ourselves. So invariably you are telling me, oh, you are not Igbo, you are Middle Betan, you are Southern Betan. I know. And my brother, wounded civilian, made the same comment. But I know he didn't mean bad there. He was talking of a Ibake man. What will a Ibake man do? What will a Ibake man do? To wounded civilian, if you ask him very closely now, he think Ibake are foreigner. And the Ibake when they are born, no? My family as an Abo man is divided into two. Ibake, Iboto, Ozanishi, all of them are in Edo State. In the Abok were. And I hope wounded civilians know that. I'm just trying to clear the air because I know that politics divide them and rule them. And I bow down to Nnamdi Kanu, dividing all of us. And some of you are supporting them. It is the same instrument of our undoing. We must tackle it. And then the other area I want to address. You said God created Nigeria. And this is Fulani belief. But I'm happy you made reference of Hausa looking like a Niger. Of course, you go to Niger, you go to Niger Republic, you come to the north. These are the same people. Former ancient Zamfara Empire. And if I want to say tonight now that what is happening in Ibuhokis is just a setup, I'm not wrong. You have Yorubas divided and carved into Benin Republic. What are we not saying? Yoruba was divided into two or three. You have Yoruba in Ghana, you have Yoruba in Benin Republic, you have Yoruba in Nigeria. And now, to fulfill the agenda of those who created Nigeria, they divide Fulani Hausa people, they divide Yoruba people, they butchered Biafran people, and they put us inside this Ngwongwo soup and call us one Nigeria. There are little things that people say, it doesn't matter to them, but it is really causing damage in our life. We continue agitating for the sovereign state of Biafra because this is one single word that can define our situation and circumstance with one comment. We can't change that narratives. But anybody fighting for the betterment of our people must be rest assured we are with you. A lot of things has gone up in the past which has kept us here. We continue to review them. We continue to advise our people. I know the history of Benin City. I know the history of Edo State. More than 90% of people in Edo State. Because I know this generation of Edo people don't even know who they are. And I stand in the position to tell you the history of the Igbo man of the Southeast. And the history of anybody in South, Benin, to be precise. Better as far as the Nigerian setting is concerned, because we were privileged to have access to information. We have the privilege, and of course it cannot be used against our people. That is why when people are saying story, we just be looking at them. Now they cannot just hear simple story from Owa Sophia and others. He jump up and down. Is it not what is causing Idu kingdom and Igodo Migodo and Agada Migada? We already know the truth. But the truth must be handled by people with mature mind. And so if you are a Biafran, a Gala, Idoma, Uromi, Esako, Ekpoma, Awuchi, you are a calm man in Edo State. Ono amano no kan ragwa, email biono ngona, ono ro no undi do. Imo biono ngona, ono ra ichepo no nde ka. Abogun, nene, ono le chane, ono rwano olumero nyema nweno no. No so anem ono ragwa nwanu no elezende kama kenu weke bono ye Edo State. My brother, we know the truth. But it's just two ways. The matter have been settled. Nigeria is not fair to us. And it is applicable to everybody we say you are a Biafra. No, there is nothing to gain there. There is nothing to gain there. But there is everything to lose there. Igala man, Idoma man, Iyala man, Arochiku man, Mbitoru man, Mbise man, Ibere man. I've told you, Isako Awuchiekpo Mauro Maurobo Ishekiri Oli Abraka Patani. Mbiama Yenogwa. All of you, Abu Adu Ahoda Ikwere, Emwowa, Obima, Egbeda, Ogoni, Andone, Ndone, Ibibio, Efik, Anang. All of you, Tinapa, Ugebo. The earlier we shine our eye, the better for all of us. Our life can be better more than this. And all we are saying is we need to recongregate and then hit this last point once and for all time. We have tried many ways in time past. We know the failures, we know the successes, and our intention is to make sure we learn from the errors of our past. And I must remind you this evening, these are some of the reasons why the de facto customary government was initiated in the first place. We need to be in the system. We need to actually learn how to play politics. We need to begin to cover our own end of this deal. And every other thing will take its place. They will find solution to every other thing we are doing. This is not marginalization. This is not secession. This is not terrorism. This could not be, you cannot blackmail the issue of Biafra. If that is all we have to do in our lifetime, we will continue doing it. Nobody will be allowed to sell the next generation of Biafra. This encompasses a whole extended knowledge I cannot explain in the course of this broadcast. At this moment, I will open our line temporarily for those who may be able to call in and ask questions or make one or two contributions, and then it is a way to go. Our direct line still remains 081-221-52971. 081-221-52971 is our direct line. And then our studio line is 070 815-456-42. That is our WhatsApp line. I repeat again, our WhatsApp line is 070-815-456-42. You're free to call in, make your contribution, and if you are unable to access the studio line and you have access to my private WhatsApp, you're free to call in and make your contribution. And don't forget, we do not have much time, as I will be drawing the curtain any moment from now. I'll be back.
Why did you erase the bite of Biafra from the map of Nigeria? Nobody has a right to erase a name, bite of Biafra, from the map. Put it back on the map. You have no right to put it back on the map. Why did you erase the bite of Biafra from the map of Nigeria?
creation of the sovereign state of Biafra. It is within my right as a legislator to do that on the floor of the House of Representatives. If I don't do it there, where else do you want me to do? Do you want me to carry arms?
Nhọpụta a ga-eme n'ala anyị n'afọ 2023 ndị be anyị isokwa wee nọrọ na nzukọ ebe a na-atụpụta alụ maka ọdịmma obodo anyị bụkwa nsọsọ ụzọ anyị ga-esi nwu wee nweta ọchịchị obi anyị maka inweta nnwere onwe ma chịwazie onwe anyị dịka ndị Biafra maka na ike nọdụ ala eze atọ ji gaa gbaa ma natakwa akwụkwọ ikike eji ebinye aka n'oge nhọpụta nke gị bụ PVC maka inye aka n'inweta ọchịchị obi anyị bụ Biafra site n'udo na ọnwụ. Ozi a siri n'aka ndị Biafra de facto customary government.
Of course, the language has not changed and there is no intention of changing the language. We are Biafrans, we want to go home. There is nothing more and there is nothing less. Of course, protocols may be observed, processes may be involved, but we are not truly comfortable in the Nigerian state. And all of you Biafrans can be a testament to this fact. Even the people who are working very hard to undermine our position may assume to have genuine reason, but the earlier they understand that we are revolting against every system of subjugation or emasculation, as the case may be. And the dangerous aspect of it is that if we fail to respond to the current issues, the menace all around us from within and without, we are gone. You must have a holistic review on issues as they affect us individually and it affect us as a community. We must find this thing out. And then in the end of the day, if Nigeria for any reason will continue to exist, there should be no need of inferiority complex. The mentality of born to rule must be buried, completely eliminated and buried. And then this true spirit of nationhood will rise from among us. But in the absence of that, in our inability to get to this level of maturity, my brother will stand for Biafra. Biafra remain the only solution. Biafra remain the only way forward. And of course, on this note, I will draw the curtain on this segment. Be a good Biafra. Be a genuine Biafra. Fight purposely. Make sure you are there for the right thing. You see, that time of Yahoo is over. That time of trade by barter, it's over. That time where intellectually dishonest individual manipulate everybody, it's over. It can never succeed anymore. For the love of our fatherland, for the truth we believe in, for the sake of our people, and in the overall interest of humanity, let Biafra go. Let Biafra go. Let Biafra be restored. That is the only thing we have asked for. It is first of all God-given right. It is recognized by the United Nations Charter. Nothing more, nothing less. And so at this moment, I sign off. I say good night from here. We still remain who we are. Biafra. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah. Oh, beloved father's land. We love and cherish. We resolve the whole world. How much we love Biafra, our beloved father's land. We love and cherish. Biafra's story is the most touching and painful story in the world. Biafrans have been killing every day and night, but nobody is talking. Everywhere silent. We should be ashamed of ourselves. Hey, we said we are Christians, but we do nothing to help the Biafrans. When they are killing Biafrans, we've done nothing to help them. Whether you help or not, we Biafran, we stand and protect our land, because we love Biafra, and we will die for Biafra. Oh, we are Biafran, we are Biafran, we love Biafra, we love Biafra, our father's land. Yeah. We love and cherish, we love and cherish. We are Biafra, we are Biafra, we love Biafra, we love Biafra, our father's land. Yeah. We love and cherish, we love and cherish. I am a Biafran. I respect people, but I'm not afraid of them. And I want to use this little opportunity to address those that say that they want to know where I come from. I, Prof. Alison Akoma, I come from town called Nenu in Obingwa, Abia State, and my mother comes from Akwa Ibom. I'm a man that believes what my father used to say. Mberede nyini dike, mberede keji amadike, mberede nyini onye si na ya bụ eze, mberede kejikwa na ama eze. I so much believe in that word my father always used to say. We are Biafrans, we are Biafrans.